It was after the debate in which Tulsi Gabbard totally destroyed Kamala Harris that I called the election, the primary for Bernie Sanders. That was August 1st. I'm making this audio at around just after 7 p.m. on the day of the Nevada caucus. Bernie Sanders has completely dominated. The Dino strategy of flooding the primary with candidate after candidate to keep Bernie's overall percentage down has backfired. He's going to end up with a very big lead. They know it. They've been admitting it the last week or two. The big change is California on Super Tuesday. So South Carolina's next week. I don't know how Bernie will do in that one. We shall see. But California's huge, and it's a big, huge pot of chips. Bernie Sanders right now is in a more dominating position, in a way, than Hillary was in 2016. Around this time, 4 years ago, Bernie was really starting to make the case that this was on. This was not a foregone conclusion. That was not a foregone conclusion that H-Breath was going to win. We saw they had to cheat, and then Julian Assange made sure they didn't get away with it. The superdelegates have dropped down to around 500. I forget what they were before. It looks like Bernie should be able to get a big enough lead in which the powers that be would have to risk violence and civil war. Maybe not civil war, that doesn't seem to be the right phrase. But they would have to risk a lot to steal the nomination from Bernie. Say it goes to a broker convention, somehow everything gets wiped clean, and then the superdelegates decide who the nominee is. That would get ugly quick. There's no one on the horizon to challenge Bernie Sanders. No one had the gumption or the fortitude, whatever, whatnot, and so forth. No one had that except for Bernie to go after Hillary Clinton. Now that she's obviously retired and out of contention, and she'd have no chance anyway. She's an exposed criminal. We all know it. It's beyond one can just tell. We know through proof that these people are criminals. Sanders is the honest guy, and he's going to win. There's no way. They're just not going to steal it from him if he has such a lead in which they'd have to truly rig it against him. So they're not going to do it. If it was a close battle, say it was close under 50 or 100 delegates, I'm not sure what number to say for that, but if it was close at the end, then yeah, it could be easily rigged. They'll put in Pete. They'd take Elizabeth Warren right now if they could, those powers that be. Biden's cooked. They must not have realized Biden was going senile with dementia. They thought he was still had it. That backfired. They had no backup plan for Biden being awful. Kamala Harris was the one I thought maybe. I didn't really know her record. Then it turned out she was Hillary 2.0. Tulsi never had a chance. We're saying how isn't it strange how Buttigieg can get 7 points, 10 points, but Tulsi gets less than 1% or whatever. And Tom Steyer got big votes in Nevada. I found that odd. There's no one to challenge Bernie. Bloomberg is a character out of NYPD Blue, that TV show where they made it seem that cops should be able to beat up suspects and take the law into their own hands, which is what's going on, and we all know it. Trump's done nothing about the police problem. He's done nothing. He's buddies with Netanyahu.